Well, Warren Buffett's made more money than almost anybody in the stock market in history. But there's been a part that most people miss. He spent 70 years watching everyday investors make the same mistakes over and over again. And here's the kicker. Almost every one of them is completely avoidable if you know anything. So today, I'm walking you through Buffett's 7 deadly sins of investing. You cut these out of your game, and you guys, you're going to be ahead of most of the pros on Wall Street. So let's go. Sin number 1 is treating the stock market like a casino. Buffett's biggest gripe about modern investing is that people stopped buying businesses and they started betting on ticker symbols. And look, I get it, okay? These flashing green and red symbols are addictive. I love it. But when you sort of go out there to buy a share of stock, you're owning a piece of a real business with real people, real products, real cash moving through the door. In a euphoric market, everybody forgets that. They just chase whatever's going up. You got GameStop, you got AMC, you got SpaceX, IPO. Your buddy's making money, social media is screaming about it, and suddenly nobody cares what the business is actually worth. And Buffett watched this exact movie during the dot-com bubble. Billions poured into companies that never had a prayer of making a profit. And as he said, only when the tide goes out do you discover who's been swimming naked. Well, that tide went out and it wasn't pretty. So here's the thing to remember. The market is there to serve you, not to instruct you. Mr. Market shows up every single day offering you prices. Some are crazy high, some are ridiculously low, and your job is to know what the business is worth and ignore everything else. All right, sin number 2, sucking your thumb. Now, this is one that Buffett calls his biggest mistake, and it's not the bad investments that he's made. It's the ones that he didn't make that turned out to be great. Now, this is the sin of omission. He saw Amazon. He understood Amazon. He never pulled the trigger. And Berkshire missed one of the greatest investments of the century. And here is why this sin is so sneaky. It disguises itself as discipline. I just want a little more information. I'll wait for a better price. Let me think about it another month. And then the window closes. Now, don't get me wrong, you guys. Patience is everything in this game. But there's a big difference between patience and paralysis. At rule number 1, my team of portfolio managers and analysts, we just keep a watch list of wonderful businesses, and most of the time, they're too expensive for us to touch. But when one of them goes on sale, okay, we don't sit around sucking our thumb. The work's already been done. We take one last look together, and if it's green lights all around, we buy it. So when you've done the work and the price is right, you act. Shoulda, coulda, very painful. Ask me how I know. Sin number 3, buying businesses you don't understand. This is all about the circle of competence. You don't need an opinion on every company in the market, far from it. In fact, trying to have one is the fastest road to dumb decisions I can think of. You need to know a handful of businesses. Just know them cold. How they make money, what protects them from competition, and what could wipe them out. The temptation to wander outside that circle, it's never going to go away. Hot new technology comes along, stocks going vertical. Everybody on social media is talking about something. But as Buffett says, risk comes from not knowing what you're doing. So can your circle grow? Yeah, sure. Buffett avoided tech for decades. Then he made Apple Berkshire's biggest position, but only after he understood the economics and the moat. The great investors, they know what they know. And maybe even more important, they know what they don't know. And when they don't know, they stay the hell away. Learn from that. Sin number 4, overpaying, even for a wonderful business. So early in his career, Buffett bought cheap cigar butt stocks. These are Ben Graham style investments, started out in the Depression. Then Charlie Munger got a hold of them, and he figured out that a wonderful company at a fair price beats a fair company at a wonderful price. But catch that word, fair. Investors fall in love with a great company and decide any price is fine. Well, it isn't. It's not. Your best brand, your best management, biggest moat, but you pay too much for it and your returns still stink. It's a real deal. You got to understand what happened to generally great companies in the dot-com bubble, and it's happening right now in this AI bubble. The price you pay today determines your return tomorrow. So your job isn't just finding the wonderful business, it's buying it with a margin of safety. A great company and a great investment are not the same thing. All right, sin number 5, letting your emotions drive. Buffett says investing isn't a game won by the highest IQ. It's won by the right temperament. Because the market's an emotion machine, you guys. Prices rise, greed kicks in, everybody's sure it's going to go up forever. The cycle turns, Fear takes over, everybody dumps. So most investors do it exactly backwards. They buy expensive stuff because everybody's buying, like right now, and they sell cheap because everybody's panicking, and we will see that again soon enough. So be fearful when others are greedy and greedy when others are fearful. Now, it's easy to say, but it is brutally hard to do when your portfolio is down 40%, even when businesses you own are still doing great. But Buffett's real edge was never, ever the analysis. It's picking a wonderful business. It's not rocket science. His edge was staying rational while everybody around him was losing their minds. Now again, like right now when the S&P 500 is making new records, the master is sitting on $380 billion in cash. Now master your own psychology and you've got the most valuable skill in investing. Sin number 6, leverage. Now guys, this one's a killer. Now yes, Buffett spent his whole career warning regular investors off of margin debt because leverage changes the rules of the game. If you own a great business outright and the stocks drop 50%, okay, no problem. It's still valuable. Hold on, wait for Mr. Market to come to his senses. Now you do that on borrowed money and you may not get that choice to wait. Margin calls are real. Interest costs are real. Leverage forces you to sell at exactly the worst possible moment. So Buffett put it perfectly. If you're smart, you don't need it. And if you're dumb, you shouldn't be using it. So remember, rule 1 is don't lose money. A decline only becomes permanent loss when you're forced to sell. Make a little less and sleep at night. So sin number 7, doing too much. Now this one's counterintuitive, you guys. People picture great investors trading behind 6 screens all day. No. Buffett built the greatest track record in history by doing almost nothing. He says investing is a no-called strike game. No called strike. You can stand at the plate all day. You let 1,000 pitches go by. Nobody calls you out. You wait for the fat pitch right in your sweet spot. Then you swing big. That's it. But investors confuse activity with progress. Buying, selling, checking prices, tinkering with the portfolio, CNBC all day. It feels productive and it costs you money. The real money is made by finding wonderful businesses, buying them on sale, and then letting them compound for years. Decades even. The hardest thing to do in investing is nothing. It's also the most profitable. Now, if learning to invest the way Buffett does sounds like your thing, I would love to have you guys at one of our 3-day workshops. We've got a live one coming up this September in Atlanta. The link is in the description and the pinned comment. We've been doing this for 25 years. We've had more than 30,000 investors take this 3-day workshop where they learned how to buy wonderful businesses on sale. You guys, the feedback on the workshop is phenomenal. 4.8 stars on Trustpilot. NPS scores off the chart. So come and join us. You'll love it. So thanks for watching. Now go play.